Hi everybody, this is Ali. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Have you ever wondered if there's a better way to cut clear vinyl? You know, this vinyl, it's so much fun to use. We can make so many beautiful things like these clear pouches, but sometimes it's not so easy to work with. And one of the main things that I struggled with was how to cut the vinyl in a way that it wouldn't be all crooked and so difficult, right? And I really struggle with the best ways to cut clear vinyl. So after many tries, I have found certain tools that are a must-have when I am cutting clear vinyl. I'm going to share with you the techniques that I use when I'm cutting clear vinyl for all the different pouches, clear pouches and projects that I make. I am starting a series in which I'm going to go over different clear pouches that I have made and different patterns that I have purchased before that you can make with fabric, but then I turn them into a clear pouch. So I want to make a series of videos showing you different ways, different clear pouches. And so I figure the best way to start this series is by showing you my tips and tricks on how to cut clear vinyl. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to show you the best tips that I have found when I'm cutting clear vinyl. Now, if you have any other tips that I didn't cover during this video, let me know. You can put that in the comments below. Not only will help me learn, but it will help the other people who are watching this video as well, because this is the best community to learn from each other. If at any moment you like what you see, would you please hit the like button? It helps me more than you know. And if you don't mind subscribing and hitting the bell, that way you can get notifications when I upload the next video for this series. Other than that, if you want to say hi, my social media handles are down here, down in the description and right here, so you can stop by and say hello. Also, if at any point you want to jump to a specific part of this video, you can click on the timestamps right in the description of this video, and it will take you to that section of this video. I think that's everything. Okay, you guys, now let's get this project started. So when we're cutting vinyl, usually what I do is I try to have a piece. It's a little bit bigger than what my measurements are. And so what I do, all I need is my ruler, right? And my rotary cutter. And so I make sure that I align my vinyl as straight as possible, and I match the lines on my ruler to the lines in my cutting mat, and both sides of the cutting mat, and also along the lines in between the cutting mat. And then I just take my rotary cutter, and you're going to cut this away from you, so front to back, okay? And imagine that you're cutting pizza. I'm going to apply the same pressure that you would if you were cutting pizza, and start as far back as you can. So this is the beginning. Here's my beginning of my fabric right here. I'm just starting a little bit like an inch before, and I'm just going to go straight, applying some pressure and maintaining the rotary cutter against my ruler. And there it is. So now say you don't have a rotary cutter, okay? And you don't have a quilting ruler, and you want to cut a piece of vinyl.
And the piece that I want to cut right now is a 6 inches by 18. So 18 long and 6 inches wide. I have this one ruler. It's an L-shaped ruler, and it's 14 inches on one side and 24 on the other. I actually got this at the Home Depot. Once I know where I want my clear vinyl to be, like let's say that this is the line where this is my edge and this is where I want my vinyl to be, I make it, you know, as flat as I can, and I just put a piece of tape there. It's not going to damage the vinyl. It's just going to help it stay in place, because this will move around when you're trying to cut it. And believe me, obviously it will defeat the purpose. If it moves, it won't be accurate. So you just tape it, okay, where you want it to be. And then you're going to take your ruler and say, I'm going to cut the piece that is the 6 by 18. And so the 18 inch is right here. This is my edge. This is where the edge of my vinyl is. So I'm just going to, and this is my 6, and it's a little longer. It's more than 6 inches, but it's okay because I can trim that off. Okay, so say is 7 inches right here, and this is the 18. So because I don't have a rotary cutter, it will be very difficult for me to cut this right now. So what I do is that I use a Sharpie or a permanent marker, and I will draw a line. For my 18 inch and my 6 inch here. It's a little bit more than 6 inches, but it's okay. I can trim that off because my vinyl is not straight. So I not only have to cut the measurements that I need, but I also have to make it straight. So there it is. I have my 18 and the 6. I can take the tapes off, cut my vinyl along that line. But I know that my line is straight and it's the correct measurement, and I don't have to worry about not being able to see where the line is. Don't worry if you're cutting. I know you're probably wondering, should I cut inside the line or outside the line? It does not matter. I cut on the outside. This line will be covered with the fabric. You will not see it. But if you want, depending on the thickness of your permanent marker, this one is pretty thick. If you have a thin point permanent marker, then the line is going to be really skinny. So you really have to be careful to cut right where the line is. I know that I place my ruler there, so even if I cut inside the line or on the other side, it will be okay. But say I decide to cut inside the line, then all I do is just follow the line inside like this. And it's perfect, okay? I don't have to worry anymore that it's going to be crooked or that I cannot see. And now I just do the same thing. I take the ruler and I draw a line, a straight line. I just place it, you see, along the edges right here. So I just take my tape. I can reuse the same tape that I used before. Okay, and this should be 18 inches. Let me just make sure that it is along the lines here. So that's perfect. So all I have to do now is, if I had my rotary cutter, just align my quilting ruler to the top here and just cut along Okay, but if I don't have a rotary cutter, I can just place my ruler right here. That's my 6, that's the 6 inches. Take my marker, again, draw a line. Okay, there is the line. Okay, and then I just simply take my scissors and cut either inside the line or in the middle of the line. It's okay. And just make sure you keep masking tape around when you're working with vinyl. I use it a lot, even when I'm working with regular faux leather. When I'm doing embroidery and using heat transfer vinyl, I use it a lot. So this is a must tool to have around when you're sewing, especially when you're using clear vinyl.